And then, Sunday we got up, packed up, and split ways. I went south to see my friend
I went straight back
in
here.
Brentwood, and then you were just in front of us enough to miss the accident because we got stuck in crazy traffic.
Oh, yeah, we didn't hit any traffic.
And then that's when, we got the news and just the highs mellowed out.
To be fair, I kind of already knew a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that talk on the roof.
Well, yeah, because I talked on the roof with Paige, and I was just like calling, because it was also my grandma's birthday on Saturday. So that's why I called her.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't answer. So then I called Paige just to talk to Paige. I was like, oh, yeah. And then she was like, oh, like, what are you doing? I was like, nothing else. She was just like, oh, all right, keep having fun. And I was like, cool. Like, how you talk to my grandma? She was like, talk to your mom about it. I was like, why? And then I was like, talk to your mom. And then Paige was like, just talk to your mom. And I was like, okay. And then on Facebook, I saw something from, what's her name? This is weird. My aunt's mom, my Uncle Chris's ex-wife's mom.
Yeah.
She posted, I don't know what to call her now, but her name's Nani. I call her Nani. Nani posted on something on my mom's Facebook about, like, I'm sorry for your loss. And I was just like, what? Like, this made no sense or something like that. And I was just like, I put two and two together, and I was like, oh. And I kind of just blocked it out, and I got back to reality. I came home, and I was just like, damn, that sucks. And it was so close to the wedding, too.
That's all she wanted.
Yeah.
And she
wanted three things: me to get married, stop cussing and drinking, and go to church.
Well, you've achieved two of those.
I was going to say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'm trying. I'm working on it still. Fuck. Love you, Grandma.
Fuck. I'm getting choked up, man. And then, so we got back from Nashville. We got through the week, and then we headed to Toledo.
Yeah. So like my grandma, when she died, she had like very specific.
She had it all planned at the
T, like
man.
to the what the sermon message wanted. She wanted like she had everything planned. Like she wanted her preacher from Indy to go to her old church in Toledo and give a sermon that about these things, and she wants this person, she wants this song played. Then I was just like, damn, she gave it some thought. But like in most like Parker, Jordan, Rhodes, like just my family fashion, I would say we probably don't have the best way to handle our emotions. So
we did what we do best, and we have fun.
So there was kind of like an open house party at my.
We're skipping something very important to the evening. The winery.
Oh shit! We did. We pre-gamed the house party at the winery.
We went and met Morgan and Becca.
Yeah.
You think after don't acknowledge it. The big comeback. You would think after as long as I've known that woman, I would remember her name, but
she's been around for a while.
I don't see her regularly enough.
That's fair.
But we met them at a winery, and
faded.
They had these flights.
The flights, yeah.
These flights, and I'm like, okay, cool. So it was $12. I ordered
weren't they
one
like
of those.
Closing too.
Close. We were there long enough that I drank 2 flights, but I was like, it's a flight, okay, whatever. I'll try them both.
You were knocking them back.
It was not a flight. It was a flight with full wine glasses, full.
Yeah.
For $12.
And like I said, you were knocking them back.
I was grieving, Jeffrey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
And that's when your mom, we started talking and everything and talking memories, and I played her that voicemail when your grandma called me.
Oh, about the cussing.
Yeah. That was when I was in the hospital watching my uncle die, and then I called her back, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, my Uncle Larry's dying. We're at the hospital right now. She goes, oh, shit. Oh. And I was like, it's okay. I wouldn't have called you back if it, I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And so we left there, and your mom was like, I need tequila.
Yeah, dude, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
And so
she knew where to go get it.
So we went
my uncle was like, hey, come to this bar. And they're like, we're not going to the bar anymore.
We were going to go to that bar, and then we were
closed.
We couldn't find it or something.
So then they just went to the house.
And then we just went to the house, and I remember we're halfway there.
Which is my grandma's old house that my uncle now owns.
Yeah. And I remember halfway there, your mom was like, "We need to call Uncle Chris and tell him we're bringing white people." And I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, 3 of them. You, Becca, and Matt.
I was like, "Oh no!" And we show up, and I shit you not, there's probably 50 people there.
Oh yeah, it was probably 50.
And
Like in the house, between like the outhouse, what the hell do you call
the
it?
garage.
The garage.
Yeah.
Pool room.
Like I walked in there, and there's probably 30 people just in that room.
Oh yeah.
And it was like just like out of any movie or TV show.
Yeah.
I walk in, I'm in the doorway, and you could hear a pin drop because everyone turned and looked at me.
Uncle Chris
and Uncle Chris was like, "Nephew," and he started to get up, and then everyone just went back normal. They're like, "Oh, he's good."
Okay.
They're like, "Who is this white boy?"
Yeah, it was a mini like little family reunion there. It was like people I haven't seen in years. Like my Uncle Ricky, my Uncle Tony, Uncle Kevin.
Like
technically my cousins, but they're
there were so many people that came up like they knew me, and I clearly never met them.
Probably
but
some pictures
and
or something.
And I apparently I drank a whole bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah, because who was it? My mom was yelling, "Where's the vodka?" Or someone was like,
no. Someone went and to Michigan to get your mom's.
Kim went to Michigan to go get,
which that's not far, but
Toledo, Ohio is like 25 minutes to the border, so it's not that far at all.
But your mom got her bottle of Patron, and it was Tony. He was sitting behind your mom on the hot tub, and he grabbed the bottle of Goose,
hammered,
and he was like, "This was a brand new bottle of Goose. Like, who drank all this?" And Matt was like, I was like looking around, and Matt was like, "That would be you." Because I made one drink, and Matt kept asking me, "Do you want another one? Do you want another one?" I'm like, "Sure." I drank the whole bottle of Grey Goose and didn't even know it. Like, I had no idea.
I wish my Uncle Tony listened to this podcast and he would know. He's like, "What the fuck?"
I didn't do it though. I just I took the cup and I poured it in my mouth. I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll buy you another bottle, Uncle Tony.
We'll skip the details of what happened next because I don't think my mom would want to tell you. Have people tell her.
Let's just say
it was.
Let's just say your grandma knew what was going to happen,
and she
planned accordingly because of it, and she got what she wanted.
Let's just say, honestly, let's be real. That night, my grandma looked down from heaven, and she was like, "Not in my house." Like, really?
Should we? Never mind. We probably shouldn't talk about that.
About what?
What happened in the living room when everyone scattered?
What happened in the living room? I don't remember.
Something got pulled out.
Oh.
Yeah, we probably.
You can probably talk about it. Yeah. I totally forgot. And like Mac was like, "Whoa, what?" Because he was like swinging it around.
He was swinging it around, and I went towards it to get it. I think it was me and Tony.
I thought it was Mac, the other bald one. I'm pretty sure it was Mac who was too, because he was inside talking with his wife.
But like, it got pulled out, and it's just swinging around, and everyone scattered in different directions. And I went towards it. I was like, "Hey, give me that, please."
We could say it was a gun. He's a registered gun owner, and we were talking about like home invasion and stuff. He's like, "That's why I got the what do you call it, the peacemaker or something like that,
the pea shooter
or pea shooter or something like that." We were like, "What?" And he we're all hammered. And he's just like, "Yeah, it's right here." And I was just like, "Whoa, put that back." And Nick was like, "Yeah, let's put that back, please."
What was the short guy with the long hair?
Man,
he was cool. Like he grabbed it and put it up.
Yeah. He talked to me. Yeah. I think it was man.
Because when I was walking out of the church after the funeral to drive back to Indy, he like jumped up and came over and shook my hand and everything.
Yeah, man's cool. He was supposed to go to our wedding, but I think he's sick too, with some stuff. But yeah, no. Shouts out to man's. I think my mom's side of the family is so not complicated. It's just my grandma and her people. There were 7. Don't get me wrong. Whoever listens to this podcast, part of my family. I think she had like 6 brothers and sisters. So like there were 7 of them.
Yeah,
maybe 8 or 9. I don't know. There's a lot of them, and like they also had like lots of kids. So it's like that's why we have the Jordan family reunion. It's like there's like a lot of them just there, and so like it's just to connecting everybody to who. So like, I know man's like my cousin, but I just don't like. He's our first cousin, I think.
Because like when we got to the funeral. like everyone's like, I hear you're moving in with Uncle Chris, and I'm like, huh?
That's what you kept saying yesterday because you were drunk. You're like, I'm moving in, and then Uncle Chris was like,
oh, it was fun at the time until we got back to the hotel.
Oh yeah, hotel. We can skip that part too.
We're not talking anything.
We can skip the hotel up until like the reception part of the wedding, the wedding, the funeral, because that was rough for all parties involved.
Yeah.
Not just emotionally, just physically. Physically, everything, but yeah, no, it was a beautiful service.
It really shows how much we're a family.
Yeah, and we were like, and people showed up like out of nowhere, like like the Mr. Schuster was like this guy who used to drive my family back from school, like, and like, well, my sisters were like Jordan and Taylor in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen this guy since I don't know when. Like his kids were in my class and the class above me. And I remember being in his, like, you know, his daughters and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, shoot. And he was like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, you got to give me a hint. And he was like, Mr. Schuster. I'm like, I know the Schusters. Like, your daughter kicked the other daughter in the face, and I laughed in the back of your van. It was a good time. It was, seeing all the old faces. Toledo's always a good time when I see people, like, from, like, the past, and especially with my grandma being part of all the churches that we were basically part of, too. So, like, just seeing older people, like, blast from the past stuff. I'm like, oh shoot! Like my best friend's uncle Scotty, his like I said, his uncle came and like we caught a little bit. Like, oh yeah, how's Scotty doing? Like, oh yeah, he's doing. You should reach out to him. I was like,
it was like a mini family reunion.
Yeah,
like there was the sad moment, and then the rest of it was good, happy.
Yeah, and it was like I think I also earlier that year I went to Toledo for my Aunt Pat's on my dad's side funeral. So it was like seeing like double family. I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh, we have the wedding. Like we have to see more of these people. Like it's like
see you in 2 weeks.
Legit 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the wedding was the wedding. Nothing, I don't think there's anything really to tell other than the wedding. Like nothing bad happened. Nothing like something good happened. We got married, but like,
I mean, we just,
we drank.
We got to talk about. We do that every day, Jeffrey. You know.
What I'm saying is like all we did was like.
But like drink. The rehearsal dinner or whatever you want to call it at your mom's house.
Shout out freaking son.
Oh my God!
I'm gonna say it. The reception, the rehearsal dinner food, better than the actual food.
Yeah,
son. I
don't
never
say
doubted.
that too loud, or a certain someone may break in this room. And
no, were you not there for?
Oh, she hated the potato. I was there. I was sitting in the front row.
You were sitting right next to me. Like you didn't hear her say it. That was the best part of the whole wedding. I don't think she likes it as much.
That and
Piano Man for me.
Her grandma.
Her grandma. What her grandma?
She got up to get a cupcake or a brownie during the first dance.
Wait, mine or hers?
No, hers. Your grandma had passed away.
No, I'm saying like whose first dance? My mom. Oh, no, our first dance together.
Yeah.
Oh, this should meant like the father daughter.
No.
I don't know. I didn't notice her.
And
I didn't.
Then she thought Benji was the Mexican guy that did the security at her church. And Benji, just being Benji, goes, "Yeah, what's up?" Hi. And then as she walks away, she goes, "I may be old, but I still got it." And we're like, "Sure you do, Grandma. Sure you do."
That's awesome. Yeah, no,
it was a good wedding.
Wedding.
The food at your mom's house was
And Son wanted to make our food for the whole wedding too. I was like, that's too much. I didn't ask for.
She can make my food 4 days out of the week. I'll pay her.
Dude, Son's a real one. You want to try and go to the Derby? We have a place to stay.
Ooh.
She lives in Kentucky, in Louisville.
If she cooks, I'm going. I'll go there every week. No, but your Uncle Chris at the wedding. Or the really just that whole weekend.
Oh, the rehearsal talking about like whatever girl he was macking on next to my pastor.
As pastor sitting at the edge of the table, and he was a trooper. He really was.
Shout out Pastor McLean.
He's
a real one.
Because he's hearing all this sin. And he's just sitting down there, and he's just in it to win it.
No, he get me and Paige did like the classes before with Pastor McLean. He and me and Paige didn't really hold back. Like we told him everything. Yeah. So he knows. He knows.
But I looked over at Uncle Chris. I was like, hey, you might want to be quiet. The pastor's here. And he goes, where? I'm like, right next to you. And he goes, oh, shit. And I'm like, well, whatever.
And don't get me started on him and Clara.
Oh, I have a video of that.
Which, if I don't, you think Clara knew? She had to.
Oh, I guarantee
I
it.
don't think I asked her about it. I think I should. I was like, I wanted to see if she.
We should
knew.
call her on the podcast sometime.
She was on other podcasts. She was on a bunch of nerds. She would get her on this one.
Hadn't she been on this one?
I don't think so. Not Clara. We've had Matt, John.
Because there was one you did without me when I was traveling.
And I did it with Paige.
No, there's two girls.
Oh, that was Shelby and Courtney.
Oh.
We did a collab with their podcast. And no, that's not Clara. Clara hasn't been on this podcast,
Gotcha.
but she should. She's a good conversationalist. I think all my friends are good conversationalists, but she's a good one. But like, no, my uncle was definitely hitting on her, or not hitting on her, just
no, he was just like straight,
just
like,
creeping on her.
Yeah, like, just
Yeah, and it was a wild time, but it was also weird. Like, I've never had like. The whole wedding was like surreal because like it was her family and like my family together, which is what weddings are. I know, I get that, but it's like I always go.
It was like, at the factory when they press the Oreo together.
No, it was just seeing like her people around my people. Just I didn't know how that was gonna mix.
Can we talk about one thing though that was negative about the wedding experience?
Whoa, this is news to me. What was negative? Other than the potatoes,
the drinks.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
So
it was a cheap place, but we got it.
It was beer only,
which I'm fine with.
Which I am too if it's cold.
Was it not cold?
No, I went up there 4 times.
Oh,
and the lady was like, "Are you gonna finish those?" I'm like, "When you hand me one that's cold, I will finish it." Like I took a sip of it and I threw it in the trash can.
In front of them?
Yes, it's a hot beer, Jeffrey.
It wasn't hot.
It was not cold.
It was probably like room temp.
I literally watched them put them in there. I thought maybe they were bringing them out of the back freezer and putting them in the coolers or whatever. No, It was straight out the car.
Damn, I didn't realize it. At one point, the dude told Matt to go get the beers from the car.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, if you keep it quiet," because Uncle Chris was like, "How did they not have whiskey here?"
They did, but it was just like a whiskey.
No, it was fake whiskey.
Yeah.
It wasn't real.
Yeah.
It was like every woman in my life lying to me. Just my mom. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I get it out of your mouth. We don't know whose that is. But, I walk in with that bottle of whiskey and I go, "Here you go."
Yeah, Matt was passing out pink Whitneys to people. I was talking to like somebody, I feel a bump. And it'd be Matt, and he was like, "Here you go." I was like, "What? Wait, what are you doing?" He's like, "Yeah, for you." Like, someone was like, "I don't know," like, "Hey, go see the guy over there in the corner."
Yeah.
And that was literally
Where'd you get that pink Whitney? The Jewish guy in the corner.
But my favorite part was with Matt always told me the story. He was like, "Yeah, because our bar closed at like 8. And I think someone announced it at 8:15. Hey, the bar closes in 15 minutes. And then the guy was like, "Whoa, no, the bar's already closed." And then Matt's like, and at that point, Matt was going back and forth between, do I need to get a beer or not? And then he goes to the guy, he's like, "Hey, when is this thing closed? 8 or 8:30? He was like, "Oh, we got real dark in here." And then the guy was like, "Hey, Matt, I know you have the beers that I saw you pre-gaming with. Just go in your car and get one of those. You're fine."
That's
and
right.
Matt was like, "Okay."
That's right, because we had to take everything
out of the
once
fridge.
it started.
Yep.
We had to take our stuff out, and I showed up drunk
for legal purposes. Yeah.
I showed up in my Hawaiian shirt,
dude. I showed up. I wasn't hungover
because remember my back screwed up.
Yeah, oh, dude.
Like the day before the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out about getting through the wedding and everything. So I was popping pills and I was drunk. And, your mom, I think it was halfway through the reception, she was like, "Is this going to be a problem we're going to have to talk about?" I'm like, "No, I'll be sober Monday. I'm just getting through this with Jeff."
Yeah. I appreciate that, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a fun wedding. Nothing, it ended not the way we wanted it to. Paige, I love her to death, and I still do. And it was just funny. No, this is what I remember, because Paige, to me, I've seen Paige way worse than she was at our wedding. Our wedding, she was fine. I was like, this is perfect for me. She's at the level where she's happy, and we're all happy. She's what she's supposed to be on your wedding.
Yeah.
Her father. I don't think her father was used to like seeing her do that. Like he's heard stories, but I don't think he's been there with her drinking. And so at the end of the night, we had like our last dance song, and we've had the fire send off.
yeah, I put my
with you put your hand, you're drunk. My sister's like, "Is this fire real?" Like you're like Nick's like, "No, see." Just puts his hand over the fire while the photographer is taking pictures of us. I just see Nick just, and then Paige was like, catch me, and I was like, almost put her head into the fire.
Yeah, it's just like shooting sand.
It's cold and all that stuff. But after all that, when it was said and done, Paige was like, it was supposed to be a fake send off for the pictures only. Go back inside. We had the DJ for another half hour. I think we had the place for another hour, or no, half hour to clean up for an hour. So like we had everything for another half hour.
No, we were done.
And then my mom was having an after party at her house. So she was.
We had so much food. You know?
People were leaving to go back to the after party, and so she saw that, and she saw the send off. So my mom's like, "We're done." And then Paige was like, "Oh no, we're not. Wait, what? No, we have this place." So Paige is like going back to the bar, still ordering drinks, and her dad sees her like double fisting. While this is happening, my mom was trying to get her, like sheep herd her into the car to take us off to this
because
luxurious.
We put her in the car 3 times.
Yeah, she kept getting out because she just wanted more drinks because we had the bar.
And
for
then
half
one
hour.
of her friends brought an IV.
Megan,
that was Paige.
We'll get to that. But like she getting these 2 drinks, her dad sees her, and then her dad looks at her, then looks at me. And like he didn't say anything, but this is what I thought he said. "Hey, this is your wife now. What are you gonna do, buddy?" That's what I heard in my head. That's what I heard in my head. And so he like looks at me. He's like, and then he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I don't think she should be having both." I was like, "I'm on it." And I was like, Paige, you can't have that. and I took one, and then from somewhere she just found another to drink. So she went from taking double fisting to me taking one, and she's like, "What?" And next time I see her, she has 2 again. And I'm looking at the one. I have one still in my hand. I'm like, where is she getting these drinks?
Sorcery.
And then she gets to the car, and I just this is all chaos to me. I'm trying to deal with her dad, not like be disappointed in me for not taking care of his daughter. And while I'm like talking to him, I just hear tap my shoulder. "Hey, are you okay with taking out an IV?" And I said, "Excuse the fuck out of me. What? Why am I taking out an IV? She was like, "Yeah, Paige, she wants an IV." And I was like, "Why?"
And she pulled the bag out of her purse and like swung the needle towards me. And I'm like, And
Megan was also pretty drunk. Like everyone was pretty hammered. Yeah. So I was like,
I almost pulled my Tux gun out on her when she swung that needle at me.
You thought it was like a used needle like might have hair?
No, I hate needles. And I was, you know what part of town we were in, you know.
That's fair.
I was packing that whole
She could have just got that from the ground. We don't know where that needle came from. But yeah, she was like, "Hey, are you okay with like," I said, "Megan, will there be blood?" She's like, "If you don't do it right." I was like, "This will be my first time doing an IV. What likelihood I do it right?" She's like, "It's easy. You just got to do this." And I'm like,
you just kind of pinch.
And I was just like, pull. "Megan, we're not taking IV on my wife on my honeymoon on my wedding night."
Yeah, that's finally the night you don't have to pull out.
Yeah. Well, what? Long story short, didn't know IV. Got Paige in the car. We went to the Omnitrix. What the
Omni?
Fuck? Thank you. The Omni Hotel. My mom and I think my sisters, they all split like this really nice room with like the 2 levels on it. The honeymoon suite.
The cake.
Paige hates this story, but I'm going to tell it because it's so funny to me. I was waiting to see if she busts in here. There's one Paige and I. We're both hammered. We're and my mom. So we get out of this car. Paige had a plate of dessert because Paige didn't get to eat dessert. So, but she wanted every single dessert. So I was like, okay, fine. She had a little plate, and it's on this plate. It was like a little cupcake. So we get in. We got out of the car. Paige is like, "Yeah, we're in a wedding dress, I'm tux, blah 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 blah," and she puts the cake on top of like the luggage on top of like the luggage cart, and the guy starts moving it, and it falls. And she's like, "Oh no!" We're like, "Oh no, no, no!" And she's like, "Why are you guys freaking out?" Picks up the cupcake and tries to attempt to eat it. And my mom's like, "Paige, stop! What are you doing?" And she was just like, "What?" and then again, like her dad was like, "Hey, this is take care of my daughter." For my mom, she was like, I taught you better than this. Take care of your wife." That's what I hear. And that's what I hear in my head because I'm also kind of inebriated too, guys. It's my wedding night too. I'm drunk. So I'm like, "Hey, Paige, what's that?" And she's like, "What?" Took the cupcake and just threw it in the trash. And then she lost her shit. She was like, "Why did you throw my cupcake?" I was like, "It hit the ground." She was like, "I don't care." And then we get to the front hotel. My mom pulled off. We're checking in, and then I'm just like, "Yeah, I think it's a reservation under Rhodes." And she's just talking to no one. Paige is just like under her breath, but like she's drunk, so like it's not under her breath. She's saying it out loud. She's like, "This place is shit." And then she's just like looking at it like, "This is a horrible, like this is not a good experience." And then the bus boy took us up to our room, and he was and
The bus boy
or whatever is the bell boy, whatever the bellhop, whatever they call him, taking us to a room, and she's just still saying this place is shit. And he was like, "What do you like? What's going on?" She's like, "I want my cupcake. You want cake? I got you." The guy, bless his heart, he was like, "Hey, can I get a cupcake sent to a room? Blah 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 blah." And she was just like, "You can do that?" She was like, he was like, "Yeah, I can do anything you want. Like, you want anything else?" He was like, "No, just cake." And okay. And then took us out. I gave him a hefty tip because I gave him like $50. I was like, thank you. And then later comes the cake. It's like chocolate cake. Paige hates chocolate. The cupcakes she had was like a vanilla like cupcake, and they gave us back a chocolate cake. And then she was just like,
ding ding ding, round two.
No, at that time she was over. She was over it. She was like, all right. Then we went to the bedroom and we did what we do. But yeah, no, it was a funny story. I think it's funny. Paige is like, oh, it's so embarrassing. I was drunk. Like, dude, it's
memories.
If that wasn't like, that's how I pictured our wedding night. Like, that's exactly how I thought it was gonna go. Like, I
right
think
on
perfect.
right on the line of domestic dispute and love.
It was just like I thought I would be a little bit drunker because I thought I would dance more at my own wedding, but like that was the kind of like mind overload. Like to me, people always said, like I know Sarah told me, she was like, hey, just take in the moment. Because your wedding will go by fast. And I was like, whatever, shut up. And then I was like, damn, I don't remember a single thing other than the beginning and the end. Like everything in the middle, I texted my godmother. I'm like, hey, because she came in from Arizona. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to like talk to you as much. She was like, Jeff, we had a conversation for at least 15 minutes. Like he talked to me. And I was like, oh shit, I don't remember. I felt bad. She came all this way. Like I felt bad with my Uncle Artie. Like he came from Michigan. I didn't get a chance to talk to him and his wife and his kid. And I ran into her in the bathroom, and that's about it. And I talked to her for like 5 minutes, but like I just felt like there were so many people there. I was like an overload, like stimulation overload.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And I don't remember dancing. I remember Ryan. Shout out Ryan, who is also in the YouTube business. Check out Southridge Films YouTube channel. He was there. Jorge was there. Thought that was going to be an issue because they didn't really talk a lot, but like they like recashed their friendship too. Like they were buddy. So I was like, oh, this is cool. He took a Ball State picture for all the keep. It was an overall good experience. I couldn't have pictured it going any better. It was pretty fun. I had a good time. The honeymoon, we went to Cedar Point. That's where I figured out I was fat because I didn't fit in the ride.
That's why I'm laughing. I just remember that text. His honeymoon sucks. I'm like, what happened? I don't fit in the ride.
It was specifically, we went on like opening weekend on that Sunday, and Top Thrill Dragster 2 was like the new roller coaster. It was supposed to come out. And I was like, I'm so hyped to ride Top Thrill Dragster. I get on the little test dummy thing and I fit. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. I got an actual ride. They're like, you got to get off. I was like, fuck. And then long and behold, it shut down for the rest of the season after that day. It ran for another week and then it shut down for the rest of the season. Something was wrong with it. Huh. So I'm probably hindsight. If it didn't click,
there's some Final Destination shit right there.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably a gift. Like I'm looking at a gift horse in the mouth right now. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, you could look at that as a gift for the rest of your marriage.
Yeah, like I could have died on a roller coaster. I'm probably gonna ride it again next year. This year. Yeah, I'll probably ride. I gotta lose weight, but it is. Fun fact: the biggest song of the year came out on our wedding day.
Really?
Yeah, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar.
Don't know if I've heard it.
Are you kidding me? They not like us. They not like us. Dun 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 dun.
Doesn't ring.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Wah.
Definitely haven't heard
Are
it.
you serious?
No.
God, you're so white. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I am cultured as fuck. I just, anything that's new.
It's a year old at this point.
I understand that, but that anything that is new, it takes me a while to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been almost a year. You still haven't heard that song at all?
No.
Like, do you know there's beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar?
From the social medias.
Oh, but you never heard any of the songs that they put out?
No.
Not even the number one song of the summer?
You salty.
I just don't believe that. It's almost everywhere, like on NBA commercials, like everywhere.
I don't have TV. I don't watch TV.
Shit, you put it that way. You don't listen to radio?
No, I listen to my music.
Damn. See, okay, you gotta open your horizons.
No,
gotta go on a top 500 playlist.
no.
You're gonna miss wop. Fuck them up. Wop. I'm gonna do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. He basically called Drake a pedophile, and he fucks little boys or girls in that song.
Interesting.
And it's he's probably gonna play at the Super Bowl.
Jeez.
Think about it. A whole entire crowd just calling Drake a pedophile. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. That's tripping me out right now that you don't know that song. But that's, hey, to each his own.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's a good song.
It may take me a couple months, but I'll look it up.
But yeah, then the summer hit, and yeah,
I really don't know. A lot's happened, but
dude, yeah, lots
just happened, man.
Went on our second honeymoon because our first one was kind of Cedar Point. Was on our dime. My sister bought us a second honeymoon, which was a cruise, and it was pretty good, dude. Allure of the Seas. We gotta go on a cruise. You never been on a cruise, right?
Never been on a cruise.
Next year, not this year because we're broke. We're buying shit left and right. Sucks. House ownership sucks. Next year, we're going on a cruise. We are going on a cruise.
I'm down.
And we have to go on the big one. Like, they have wineries.
On the cruise?
Yeah, almost died.
How do you grow grapes on a boat?
I don't know. Wait, okay, fine. Not a winery, but like a wine shit. Like, they barrel them and shit.
Oh, I got you.
But, like, yeah, I almost died. Legitimately almost choked on a wine. Like
you got to chew your wine.
I don't know. Do you? I should have, because I wouldn't have probably choked. Sitting there on the balcony, just drinking wine, said something, and I literally was like, for 3 seconds, I couldn't, like, it was probably more than 3 seconds. The fact where I look at, like, I'm in coughing, but, like, nothing's, like, air's coming out. Then I look at Paige, then I stand up, and then she's like, what the fuck's happening? And I'm just like, sitting like this.
Call the helicopter, babe.
And I'm just like, and I finally get it. And she's like, what's going on? And then the people watching me, they're like, sir, are you okay? I'm just like, I'm good. And she's like, were you choking? I was like, yeah, I was choking. We were fine.
See, I didn't know that.
It was pretty bad. You can ask Paige when we get out of here. She was like,
nuts.
I think that's like the only thing yeah, we had a good time. It was just a big ass ship. So like when I go on cruises, I usually like meet new people.
It's kind of hard to do that when you're there with your wife.
Well,
honeymoon.
Not even just that. It's just the ship I've been on is probably the biggest ship I've ever been on in my life. Also, art auctions, fucking dumb. Fucking stupid.
Why?
They're so expensive.
Well, yeah.
It's not. It's expensive. It's stupid.
It's different, like, okay, so if you would have went to the Hamilton County sale barn auction 2 weeks ago, somebody went home with a zebra. They bought a zebra. If you wondered how much a zebra costs in the state of Indiana, just under $7,000.
That's such an Indiana thing.
And so, but with art auctions, you're buying just a fucking picture.
Yeah.
Like you can't ride that picture.
It's not.
I don't think you're supposed to ride a zebra either.
I was going to say you're riding a
but
zebra.
I mean, it's a barcode pony. Ride it.
There you go. Oh, shit. I think I got that now. I think we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
But it just clicks every single time. I have Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's?
Yeah.
Or autism?
Both. I have Alzheimer's.
Call that one black guy that did the commercials. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Allstate.
Oh, the what's in your hand?
Yeah, he's not Denzel.
No, it's just some dude with
no,
a sick ass voice.
Maybe he's just famous from that commercial.
He is. He's like a TV guy, not like a movie star guy.
Huh.
But yeah, no art auctions.
Dumb.
They all look the same. We went there for free champagne, so it was like a free champagne art auction.
Yeah.
We sat there. We got a little number. Like, oh, you don't have to put up, but because Paige likes the artist Thomas Kincaid, the puzzles. Yeah. Oh, we don't have one up here. I thought we did. But there was original Thomas Kincaid there, and it was like a Marvel one, and it was probably as big as like maybe like a little bit smaller, like my posters up here, but it was tilted. And I was like, oh, we should bid on this. Like, I think this is cool. It's an original Thomas Kincaid.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Look down, 25,000. I was like, yeah, we should get out of here. She's like, no, I just want to stay for the experience. Okay, we stayed there. The guy taking out. First of all, the first 3 pictures he brought out all looked the same, but somehow they got expensive as it went on. I think one might have been a print and
Heavier brush stroke
or something like that, but it was all the same thing.
They were angry when they painted it.
Some man paid $79,000 for a painting.
What was it?
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't freaking tell you. It was like a bunch of dots on a piece of canvas.
At that point, you're squinting. You're like, I still don't see it,
dude. It was bad, and I was like, we need to get out of here. And then we went to Mamma Mia, worst show I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
I'm a Broadway guy. I like Broadway. My mom, you know, every January we go to New York and see shows. Mamma Mia, stupid. You don't. Whole thing is about you don't know who the dad is. There's 3 options for the father.
Yeah, it's most East Side.
Spoiler alert: you don't find out. You don't find out who the father is.
Huh.
The whole thing is like, oh, who's the dad? We're gonna find out. You never find out. Pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's not about the father. It's about your mom being there for you this whole entire time. Well, no shit, we knew that. She was there.
Yeah.
I want to know who the father is.
She was singing the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know who the father is. I was drunk as shit, so I was in the back. We were in the back too. I was just like, we're not gonna find out who the father is. It's like Paige is like, stop. And we're just like laughing, having a good time. And she was like, there's no fucking way I just spit that we find out. We don't find out who the father is after sitting through a 2.5 hour play or a musical. And that's why I'm mad. And I was like, then I found out that there's like a movie. There was a second, like a Mamma Mia 2 movie.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Apparently, I was like, how do you make a sequel? Do they have more songs that they didn't use? They probably didn't use them for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, they're probably not the best songs. And then she was like, yeah. I was like, let me guess. You probably still don't find out who the father is. Like, she was like, no, I think this part is like, it's like a prequel. Like, you find out what happened. I'm like, I'm too scared to watch it because I know for a fact they're probably not going to find out who the father is. And I'm just like, just not waste my time.
Just Google it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I'm dumb like that. But yeah, no, that's a lot has happened. I think that the cruise was just nice. Like, I don't know how to explain a cruise other than it was like the best time. Like being married on the cruise, it was just fun. Me and Paige, we vacation perfectly well together. Like my favorite vacations are shocker when I'm just with me and her. Like they're just easy going.
Aww.
No, it's just easy going. Like literally we just hang out. Like my family, like you said with the bachelor party.
Yeah,
like,
you don't have to. Yeah, you both can entertain yourself doing anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, like we're both up for like she's willing to sacrifice for me. I'm willing to sacrifice for her for stuff, and like we just have fun. Like my favorite trip is going to Scottsdale, just us two for a weekend. Yeah. Great time. We went to the cruise. It was just a great time. And we also went to Hell's Kitchen.
Oh yeah,
I finally got my beef Wellington. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. The wine was a little bit pissed me off.
Not good.
No, it was perfect. It was like my best one I ever had in my life.
Really?
It was $60 for a bottle this big. And it was like a dessert wine. It's like usually comes in a smaller bottle.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm cheap. I didn't know that. So I was kind of mad. And Paige was like, stop being mad. This is our honeymoon. I'm like, all right, you're fine. You're right. You go, never mind. I shouldn't bring it up. But I'm going to bring it up on the cruise. I told you we were choking, right? I was choking on wine. Yeah. This wine was so good. I had it like every night on the cruise ship. Also, I'm an alcoholic. I'll do it. I'll take things in strides.
Hobbyist.
No, I'm an alcoholic because I found out on the cruise. So first, the choking, the wine. This wine, delectable. My favorite wine I've ever had. I love this wine. I'm like, what is this wine? And she was like, it's Chateau del Michel. It was like so, but. I kept drinking glasses of like during Mamma Mia. I was drinking that during Mamma Mia. Like I'm usually not a wine. I'm a beer guy, beer and cocktails. But I was drinking wine. And I was like, this is my favorite wine. And so at the last night, Paige to do something special. She bought the whole bottle for us. It was like $60-$70 for this bottle. And I was like, oh, this is like it tastes so good. Like I was like, I wonder if I can find it outside of the cruise. So I took a picture of it so I know what the bottle looked like. And then I was like, okay, cool. Like 2 weeks later, I'm like. I'm feeding for this wine, man. Like this wine was so good, like my favorite wine. So I have the Total Wine app, and so I looked it up on the Total Wine app, and I found it. Do you know how much it costs?
$20.
$7.47.
Are you serious?
Total Wine. It was on sale. It was originally like $10, and I was like, I'm drinking $10 wine, and I thought it was like when a bottle was like when she said the bottle was like 70, I was like, oh yeah, it's a good bottle. Oh, I can feel like the nodes.
You got.
I got, but I still drink it. I still buy it. I love it. I just buy more now.
Yeah.
I just buy more, but I was just like, bastards.
Yeah. It's the experience, though. You know, at the end of the day, the older I get, it doesn't matter how much money it's been spent on things. It's the experience.
Yeah.
And the memories and
That's what she
all
said.
that shit.
That's what she said. She was like, "Don't you do you not take it back because we had a good time drinking that wine?" I was like, "Yeah, I have memories associated with that wine." But then, like at the back of my mind, I'm just like, "Those bastards up capitalism, man, it sucks." But yeah, no, it's a good wine. And then to go off of that, we're always battling with the drinking package. I will now be a stronger tester of just get the drinking package. If you're a drinker, just get the drinking package. Because I was doing the math. I was like, okay, there's 1 day. It's a 5-day cruise. We're 1 day at sea. The rest of the days we're doing excursions. So like we're not really going to be on the boat like drinking that much. We should get the drinking package. We should just buy them, and it's probably cheaper. And I was like, you know what? We can just bring. You're allowed to bring a bottle of wine for each passenger. So we brought 2 bottles of wine. I brought ports. Ports are like 14 to 18%. And then I bought these little flasks for shampoo bottles, so to bring in your own alcohol. So, so like I have 4 of these shampoo conditioner bottle sets in our luggage, and they come with like the little sealer. So like when you open, so if security opened it up, it seems like a brand new bottle because it still has that little thing you got to peel off. And so we get those through customs or whatever, not customs, but the security.
It'd be customs.
So we had that for like the whole cruise. Our bill came out to, I don't know what it was. We drank a lot. We drank all our liquor that we brought on in the flasks. We drank all the bottles of wine. We bought an additional 2 bottles of wine. We drank cocktails. We drank beers. Basically, I did the math. If you count how much I paid for the flask off of Amazon, we saved $6. And the drinking package, I think, was $200 per person per day. So like it would have came out to like 800 something for both of us. Yeah, that's how much we drank. Plus what we brought on. So I was like, Paige, we're alcoholics. We just gotta face the fact, and we just gotta drink drinking package. It's the best bang for your buck. Yeah. Technically not, but $6. I'm not sweating $6.
No, man. But it has been. It's been a year.
It's been a year.
And this year is it. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, I feel like I need to stop promising things because
we're just
clearly like last year we're not like it's
the big comeback is all about just doing. We're not going to plan shit. We're just going to do. We're going to plan a lot.
I was like okay, like we got to plan some stuff.
They can't hear us.
Okay.
Right now.
Oh yeah, we're whispering. They can't hear us.
Yeah, we're going to plan everything. But we're going to act like we're just shooting from the hip. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we're just not going to plan anything.
Yeah. No. Fuck planning. We're so like committed to the grind. We're just not going to plan anything. We're just going to keep shooting constantly.
We're just going to do it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm down.
So. Yeah. We're back.
We're back, baby, every Friday.
And you may think, yeah, they're back. Cool, great. Yeah, we're gonna disappear again.
No, we're gonna go plan, but we're not really gonna plan. Don't think I told you guys. Oh yeah, no, we got some stuff. Like I said, we got some stuff on the podcast. We got topics coming up we want to talk about. A lot of shit. We didn't touch on the whole president. Like last time we did this, there's a different president.
Yeah.
Technically, he's still in charge, isn't he? Right now.
Yeah.
But like
technically, a couple more weeks.
Yeah, no, that stuff.
Yeah.
But
that's just that's another day.
That's another day, another podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna be golfing. That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun time.
But as always, head over to Squirrely TV. You can watch our old episodes. You can watch everything. The shorts.
Yep.
The Halloween stuff,
graveyard shifts.
It doesn't matter what time of year it is. I like to be scared.
Yeah, or just want to get a good laugh. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I think it's a little hysterical.
Yeah, our life is hysterical.
And if you're into nerdy shit, we have a whole new podcast dedicated to nerdy shit. A bunch of nerds podcast right here on the Swirly TV.
Yeah, so make sure you head over there, like and subscribe. Hit
follow
up all the social medias.
Oh, yeah.
Hit that follow button.
Hell yeah, my friend.
And we're back.
We're back. God, this feels surreal. A lot happened.
Like literally when you texted me last week or whenever it was, like, do you want to do this again?
Got a little stiff.
Yeah, like it wasn't little. Like there was interest I didn't know I had.
I'm glad I can bring that side out of you.
Yeah, I just need to make that happen every time.
All right, guys. I think that's it. You got anything else you want to add?
No, it's been another one.
It's been another one. All right. Till next week.
That's Jeff.
That's Nick.
And this has been Unapologetically Stupid.
Yeah, it is.
No.